Hello, this is Graspable Math. This was a really interesting one for me, being a math teacher, and I really like how flexible it is and how it shows how math works. So they can actually pick up and move things and practice order of operations that way. So here I can push the plus sign and it will add them together, or I can drag them, change their order, drag them on top of each other in order to combine them together. Order operations, if I try to add before multiplying, then it shakes it to say it doesn't work. I can multiply the 3 times 5, subtract the 1, also drag. Distribution, take the 2 and drag it, and you'll see that it's being multiplied by the A and the B. And then with factoring, I can take that 2 back out by dragging it on top of the other one. I can actually click on the equal sign and say that I want to subtract 2 from both sides. I'll show subtracting 2. And then if I go to this whiteboard, you can get to it from this little drop down over here. So I was in the get started part. There's an activity bank of ones that people have already made, ones that I've created to assign to students. These are the where your students' information would be. And then the whiteboards. So I can create an equation and then we can do things to it just like we would normally do to a regular equation. So I can't add 2x plus 1 because they're not like terms. So I can drag this plus 1 to the other side to show I want to undo that addition. And I can show that combining and show that combining. Now on the little demo, it didn't show these extra lines, so you can see this previous work. And if a student gets to a point where they're not happy with what they did, they can go back to a line and then they can sort of. So I could go in here and type -1 on both sides. I would do that subtracting by 1. If I click on this, then I can, for the equation, I can also say I want to divide, and then I can put in my own number. Simplify those. I have my answer. I can create my own equation, which here, insert, and then a math equation. You could do graphing, you could do something 3D. So I can have students create graphs. This is using GeoGebra. The scrub allows me to change the numbers, which is pretty cool when you're talking about graphing. I believe they have cancel. Okay, so here they tell you how to create those assignments and see what they're doing. Somewhere in here there was one that had maybe just in the intro. There's a whole bunch of ones that you can go into and you can try. Here's the references. So learning the Graspable Math YouTube channel, telling how to do the different things. This gestures cheat sheet is cool. It goes through and tells you all the different things you can do. Here's the tutorials. I want to find one with graphing a line. I've played with it, but I can't figure out where it went. Oh, here's just a list. So here's all these different ones. If you're wanting to look at equations, it'll show you how to do the equations. Exponents. I really like the exponents one because I have issues with students with that one. So there's different types you can do. Goal state would be the one you want it to look like. You can do one where it's called hotspot. So you can do like a picture, and that picture they would then put a spot on probably the part that's wrong or their answer choice. So here I can pull this 5 out, and now they're separate. If I put the 5 on top of the 2, there you go, adds it together, so plus. And then you can also do Canvas where they can just work it out to see if they can solve the problem. So I see tons of things I could do with this, even just having the kids go in and play with it, type their own thing in. You can do inequalities, you can do graphing, you can do solving, you can factor quadratics. There's lots of really neat stuff. So I definitely have a lot more to explore.